We're going boating with Crawler Ted's Garage.
I've had lots of people ask, what's in my jet boat? What's in my jet boat? My Tear Into jet boat? What's it powered by? So I thought I'd just give you a quick show here. I just got the new prop shaft in for it. Impeller, sorry. I broke one of the blades on the impeller last year there. If you watched any of my jet boat videos, the last few that I had done, I was complaining about how it was losing speed and power, and I assumed at the time that the motor or something was just getting tired, right? Whatever the case, motor, ESC, I didn't know. That was my guess. Anyway, it turned out down the road I had to take the impeller out because a bunch of crap got in there. It was broken. I had only one blade on the impeller out of the two. That's why it slowed down and lost power. So I got the new ones in. I ordered a couple of them in. So flex shaft this time versus the solid shaft. So that's cool. But check it out. The new one's a little bit longer, eh? So must be multi-application or something. I'm not sure. But it won't fit in my boat for sure. Not without spacing the motor back a whole bunch, which I don't have to do now, so I don't want to do it. So I'm just going to cut it a little bit and then solder the end of the flex cable. I'll put some solder on there. I've done it with the bigger flex cables for the bigger boats, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. But anyway, so a basic Tear Into, just like everyone you've seen. I bought it, completely gutted it. I cut the square hole out in the top for lots of access room. I gutted my mini revo as well, electronics wise. So it's a mini revo ESC. So that's the what is it, the VXL 3M, right? And the motor, that's the mini revo motor. This servo is actually the Traxxas 2075 waterproof servo. Way overkill for this. You certainly don't need anything like that. I mean, a mini servo will do it. The here, I can show you right here. Here's the jet drive, the nozzle. Sorry, this is the nozzle. This is what steers it, okay, as the water comes out. Whoops. That's what steers your boat. You don't have to move that puppy very far, so, and it moves easy. There's no stress on it or anything like that. So yeah, mini revo, and then a 2075. This is a Traxxas servo, 2.4. Just the standard, you know, the Traxxas 2.4 radio and receiver. I just took it apart so that I could spray it and get it all waterproofed in there, because what was happening, if the boat would get water in it, and sometimes it would cut out once the receiver got wet, and it'd flip around and the water would roll away from the receiver and it would work again. You know what I mean? Like, it was just crazy. So I just decased it and sprayed it down with some Plasti Dip, spray Plasti Dip, and then I'm just going to mount it somewhere, probably on top of the receiver, or top of the servo back here. So, and then I run it on 2-cell bats generally. I think 2200 is about the biggest one I have. I've run it on 2-cell, I've run it on 3-cell. I think it's just as fast on 2-cell as it is on 3-cell. It just doesn't make as much noise. You know what I mean? It just screams on 3-cell. And I don't know that it generates any more speed. I think that it cavitates more, so it brings more air into the impeller area instead of passing water through. So the 2S is awesome. Most of the videos that I've done in the Harvey's Passage and such with it, going upstream and stuff, that was all 2-cell and no problem. The boat had tons of power. Even with the one-bladed impeller, I could still do it, but it was a little tougher, right? It certainly didn't have the oomph. So anyway, I'm going to cut this down so I can mount it in there. Yeah, I mean, that's all there is to it. I'm sure you're familiar with the lid for these. There's nothing fancy there either, right? There you go, the two guys. I've lost my header pipes even. I see that my roll bar is actually broken too. I might want to do something about that. It's a handle, let's be honest. So yeah, Tear Into jet boat. These things are a blast. I really had a good time with mine when I've had it out, so I can't wait to hit the water with it again. Awesome, thanks for watching. Okay, so I've got the new jet drive mounted in there. nozzle. The nozzle is mounted again. I've tested it. Steering's all good. Throttled it up. Everything works. It's noisy, but it was always a little noisy. What was the other thing? Oh, the other thing I want to mention. I know a lot of people put water cooling in. What they do is they run they drill a hole in here and they put a little nipple in there to attach a hose to and bring it in and water cool the motor or whatever, right? And then eject it out of the boat. I haven't had any need to. I mean, I've checked this motor lots of times and I never get it hot. Now, maybe running on 3-cell, perhaps it would get hot. I did do some 3-cell running previously. I don't think even then I was having heat issues, but you know, to each their own. It depends on the setup and everything else, temperatures. Here in Calgary, I mean, you know, it's pretty warm when I've run this in the summer at Harvey's Passage and stuff, but like right now we're looking at, you know, 3 degrees Celsius out there, and I'm thinking of taking it out tonight, so it'll probably be right around 0. So even though there's no water cooling, you know, it's cool out overall. But anyway, like I said, it's just simply been a non-issue. This is the first the same ESC and motor that I've used in it. I'd never heard it, you know what I mean? It's never had a problem. So there again, maybe constant running on 3-cell, you might make more heat than 2-cell though, right? So anyway, just wanted to add that part in because that's one of the things people ask me, if it's water cool or not. Just like my Miss Geico with the snowboating, no water cooling and no heat issues. So it's all in how much you run, how hard you run, you know, stuff like that, right? So anyway, thanks.